Welcome to This Week in East Brunswick. Today we head to the East Brunswick Hilton Hotel for the 31st annual Ralph Lamo Memorial Breakfast, benefiting the Daisy Association. Then we visit the East Brunswick Historical Society for the final chapter in their Dark Side of New Jersey presentations with Rutgers professor Angus Kress Gillespie. And Mayor David Stahl brings us a brand new business spotlight from MedExpress on Route 18. All this plus a look at the Friends of the East Brunswick Environmental Commission's Spring Farmers Market. So stay with us.
More than 800 people enjoyed the best breakfast buffet in town during the 31st annual Ralph Lamo Memorial Breakfast, benefiting the Daisy Recreation Program at the Brunswick Hilton Hotel on April 6th.
31 years ago, Ralph Lamo, community icon for East Brunswick, he was a captain in the Special Police, had a vision of doing a fundraising effort for the Daisy Association for the children with special needs. And came to me, along with a few other people, kind of organized the breakfast, got it up and running, and lo and behold, 31 years later, in Ralph's memory, we continue to run the breakfast.
Since then, it's all donations, and everyone who runs it are volunteers, and without this breakfast, our programs would not be what they are.
And I see there's a huge turnout, and there are many people from different age groups. What kind of activities can people participate in?
I see them, they're doing a lot of dancing in there, and there's all kinds of gifts and giveaways and 50-50s. So it's a good event. Everybody can eat as much as they want and have a good time.
We have Elmo and the Easter Bunny are going to come pay a visit. You can take pictures with them. And we have a tricky tray that we'll call at about 11:45.
And then as the morning progresses, the DJ takes over, and he'll do different events with the children, get the adults involved, and it's great because it's transient. You can stay all morning if you want. If you just want to come in and have breakfast and leave, you can. There's no commitment. So, it's just a really good time with full support from his family. That's throughout the whole state. They come every year for 31 years straight supporting the breakfast. So it's a great event. As much as we do organizing it and getting things done, it could not be possible if it wasn't for the Hilton East Brunswick. They donate the facility here, and without their help, we could not do this. So as much as it is about Ralph and his vision and all of us organizing and get things done, truly if it wasn't for the Hilton at East Brunswick, we could not get this done at all, and the event would not take place. So, you can see around us, this is a great ballroom, a great venue to have this for the number of people that we get here, and the Hilton East Brunswick really steps up for us.
Every year we get about 800 people, and I love it. It's the whole community comes out, and it makes me feel wonderful. Every year we have so many people come out for our kids. All of the proceeds go to the Daisy Association, and we provide funding for recreation programs for special needs people. So it's for little children ages 3 all the way on up to adulthood. And we provide programming and money, and it goes to the Township of East Brunswick, and they provide programming for special needs people.
How does it feel to carry on your father's legacy?
Well, I'm trying. I don't, I don't hold up to my dad, but just try to do the best I can.
And have you seen the programs implemented by the Daisy Association?
Yes, it's very, very nice. Yeah, everything they do is great, and I hope it continues.
And how did your father become part of the Daisy Association?
He did it 31 years ago, so I know he's always interested. He always helped out with the Special Olympics, and so he's always a very caring person, and he just wanted to give whatever he could for anybody he could help.
What programs were benefited from this?
We have a Saturday program and a Thursday program. Those are run by the township. We provide trips and pizza and extra events for those programs, and then we provide total funding for a bowling program, a Saturday program for little kids, other programs as well, and everything of those programs, we do all the funding for those. We have eggs and pancakes, fruit, donuts, all the pastries are donated, everything is donated. It's a wonderful thing. There's bacon, so everyone should come out every year and support us.
We get donations from Layfair Bakery, Plum Rose, bacon, sausage. Howie Teitelbaum Law Office pays for the orange juice and coffee. Resma Funeral Home pays for the potatoes and pancakes. And there's other private donors that want to be kept anonymous that really chip in and help to offset any costs that we have. The price for the breakfast is $10, which has been stable for adults, and all $10 goes right to the cause. There's no expense that your ticket pays for. So, there's many fundraising efforts that go on, and there's many charitable organizations that take money off of what your donation is for expenses. Here, $10 goes directly to help the children with special needs and have a great program for Daisy.
This year we have a couple of new programs that we're doing. And in the summertime, we're offering programs for kids after their extended school year program. We have a program for kids that go to an adult program and want to come swimming for a couple of days afterwards. So we're trying some new programs. I just want to thank, as always, the township for all their help. We have an amazing program that our children were very fortunate to have programs for our special needs kids, and I really want to thank the township for providing us with those programs.
And how did the residents find out about this event?
Well, it's our 31st year, so a lot of people know that around this time of year is the breakfast. This year we put up signs, it's in all of the local papers, it's on Channel 3. So I think everyone looks forward to it. They've been coming for 31 years, so they look forward to it.
For viewers who want to come next year, where can they find more information about the breakfast?
Breakfast is always on the East Brunswick Township website, eastbrunswick.org. Our recreation department, which plays a big role into this, their staff volunteers to help us the day of, and throughout the year, collecting information. So you go recreation, the Daisy Association, our East Brunswick Township website, and word gets out.
And what do you hope that people can take away from this event?
Just to share whatever they have, and it's a nice event, and I hope everybody has a good time.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Thank everybody for watching and viewing. They've seen this 31 times. Hopefully you'll see it another 31 times. Thank you. Come out next year. We don't have the date yet, but please do. It's a great event. You'll love it. And soon, go Bears.
The 31st annual Ralph Lamo Memorial Breakfast raised more than $16,000 for the Daisy Recreation Program. And for more information on upcoming events, please visit eastbrunswick.org.
Hold on to your seats. The final episode of the East Brunswick Historical Society series on the dark side of New Jersey is just a little scary. It features Rutgers professor and folklorist Angus Kress Gillespie on the eerie subject of the Jersey Devil.
Hi, I'm Angus Kress Gillespie, a professor of American Studies at Rutgers University in New Brunswick and an East Brunswick resident. This week in East Brunswick, I'm speaking at the East Brunswick Historical Society on the legend of the Jersey Devil. According to the legend, Mother Leeds' 13th child was born in 1735. And according to the legend, the creature was born with the head of a horse, the torso of a man, the wings of a bat, the feet of a goat, and a terrible serpentine tail. So today we're going to explore various aspects of this legend and what it means to the people of South Jersey.
Someday in the late fall, when you're walking through the pines of South Jersey, listen carefully as the wind comes off the ocean through the pines. It almost seems that the wind is trying to tell us something, possibly someone's name. Old Mother Leeds, old Mother Leeds. Seems that Jane Leeds and her husband Daniel lived at the edge of a great swamp along the Mullica River. Now, folks in these parts said that it was a strange family, an unusual family. Some people even said that Jane Leeds was a witch. Well, we do know that it was an unusual family, all right. Jane and Daniel Leeds had no less than 12 children. And there were problems with the family. Now, Daniel Leeds, he was an excellent hunter, a good fisherman, and not bad as a gardener. So there was always food on the table. That was not the problem. The problem was that Daniel Leeds took very little interest in the children. The entire burden of taking care of the kids fell to Jane Leeds. And understandably, she was mighty tired of cooking, cleaning, picking things up, putting things away, chopping the wood, doing the laundry. It was exhausting. She was really at her wit's end. Then, one night, as she was saying her bedtime prayers, she said, "Lord, let this one not be a child." Then strangers came to the door. Let this one not be a child. Let this one be a devil. Well, we now know that that was a terrible mistake, because on that February night in 1735, when Mother Leeds' 13th child was born, it started out as a perfectly normal, healthy little baby boy with blonde hair and blue eyes. But then suddenly, something went terribly wrong. In the space of less than 20 minutes, the baby grew to a creature the size of 2 full-grown men. And in place of the baby blue eyes, there were eyes all right, but they were burning red like 2 burning coals. Well, the creature had the barrel chest of a man covered with heavy, furry hair. It had the horrible head of a horse with those 2 glowing red eyes and 2 horns coming out of the horse's head. It had the feet of a goat, the wings of a bat, and a long serpentine tail. In addition to the powerful chest, it had 2 massive arms, very powerful, all covered with fur. At the end of each arm were furry paws. At the end of each paw were razor-sharp fingernails. And then, all of a sudden, unexpectedly, with one swipe of his right arm, he slit the throat of the midwife in attendance, who collapsed in a pool of blood. The creature gave out a blood-curdling scream and escaped out the chimney, where he's terrified the people of South Jersey for the last 250 years. The Jersey Devil story has been circulated in South Jersey for some 250 years. The sightings have been often reported by reputable people, state troopers, sheriffs, priests, ministers, rabbis, game wardens, people with a reputation in the community of something to lose. Unfortunately, none of them ever had a camera at the time, so we have no proof. So what I argued, and my argument was only briefly mentioned, is the creature may or may not exist. I don't know. What I do know is that the story exists. Okay? And so, as a folklorist, what I can do is I can study the story. And I can look at different versions of the story told at different times, over time, by different tellers. And then I can begin to ask some meaningful questions, like, what does the storyteller get out of telling the story? It enhances his prestige in the community. What do the people get from listening to the story? Maybe it has entertainment value. Maybe it bonds the community together. Maybe it bonds the family together. So those are interesting questions. What does it do for the teller? What does it do for the listener? How has the story changed over time? But even more important, Why has the story survived all this time? Now we're getting somewhere. What's the function of the story? Well, you have to understand the Pine Barrens to get at the function of the story. The Pine Barrens can be a very dangerous place. There's a lot of real dangers out there. And if you're a parent and you're concerned for the welfare of your children, you want your children not to stray too far from home. And you certainly want them home before dark. So what do you tell your children? You better come home before dark, or the Jersey Devil will get you. Guess what? The kids come home. Now it prowls the pines in the damp of night, when a sickly moon sends its dimmest light. A child of darkness who leaves in the sand a cloven hoof print, the mark of a hand, a broken branch or claw, who knows? But the wise old piney never goes alone in the barrens late at night. He fears the hawk's deadly flight, avoids the red orchid, passes it by, leaves it to feed the carrion fly. Starts at the sudden crack of a twig. Something's moving, something's big. There are charms to be carried, don't tempt the fates. The Jersey Devil watches and waits.
Hi, it's Mayor David Stahl with another edition of Business Spotlight. I'm at the MedExpress located at 418 Route 18 North here in East Brunswick, and I'm joined by Paul Legou, one of the area district managers for MedExpress. Paul, it's great to see you here in East Brunswick.
Welcome, Mayor. We're glad to have you here at MedExpress in East Brunswick.
Let's talk first about the corporate structure of MedExpress and give a little history about your business.
MedExpress started in Morgantown, West Virginia in 2001. A group of ER physicians who worked in a trauma center quickly identified a need for people to have easy access to affordable, quality health care. And long story short, MedExpress was born from their vision from 2001 and has grown to 130 plus locations strong today, and more to come.
That's fantastic. Why did you choose East Brunswick as one of your locations?
You know, East Brunswick, in New Jersey in a whole, there's a definite need for people to have easy access to health care. East Brunswick, with a community of hardworking individuals, a lot of manufacturing, colleges areas, is definitely an area that needs access to health care. So that's one of the major reasons we chose East Brunswick.
And let's talk again about the particular services that you offer here at MedExpress.
You know, MedExpress, our locations are open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. We treat anywhere from injuries to sinusitis, from a cough to a burn. There's everything can be treated at MedExpress. We take x-rays on site. If you feel you need an x-ray, laceration or cut repairs, if someone's hurt themselves working out in the yard, sports injuries, workers' comp injuries. We offer some occupational medicine services for area business owners, such as urine drug screens, breath alcohols, wellness exams. A whole variety of different, there's injuries and illnesses that just about anything that we don't see. So.
When a patient comes in, what's their first procedure?
First procedures obviously is it's always welcome to MedExpress. We want our patients to be welcome and greeted into an atmosphere that they're going to feel their expectations are exceeded. In a true emergency situation, obviously they're immediately greeted by the nurses or the physician. Patients in the other process would go through a registration process, then go through a triage process, and then see our providers. Our goal is to have everybody in and out in less than an hour. 45 minutes would be ideal, because we know people have busy lives and don't have time to be sick. So we want to get them treated very well, top quality care, and get them back to their lives.
When you talk about the triage, I mean, you're talking about your staff and nurses?
Yes, nurses, rad techs. Some centers have medical assistants, EMTs, paramedics, LPNs, variety, but they do the triage process, yes.
But at the end, the patient always ends up seeing a doctor.
Absolutely. All of our centers, especially here in East Brunswick, is staffed with a full medical team and always led by a physician. And at times we have mid-levels that work side by side with the provider, so physician-led, and sometimes we have physician assistants or nurse practitioners assisting them.
In your view, do you view MedExpress as a supplement to benefit the health community in the sense that as a patient, we traditionally use our own, what's called our family physicians, but obviously, as you said, the need to get to medical needs during certain times is difficult with our own family physician. So is this a way of actually supplementing our normal physicians?
Absolutely. We are certainly proud to become a member of the medical team here in East Brunswick and surrounding areas and build those working relationships. We know how family physicians and primary care physicians and specialists even are booked, they're overworked, and we want to join that community and work side by side with them. So if you call your doctor's office on a Wednesday afternoon and they just physically cannot see one more person, we build those relationships and they say, go down to MedExpress on the highway, and they know that their patient's going to get great quality care, and they're sick, they need to be seen then. There's no appointment ever needed at MedExpress, and they can just walk in and be seen. Hopefully they've scheduled their follow-up with their primary care physician, and by the time they have that follow-up, we have treated them. They are feeling much better. The records here have been provided to the PCP, and he or she is very happy with the services here, along with the patient is better, and that's our main goal.
And how do you handle the insurance plans?
Insurance plans, we accept or bill, a large portion of major carriers. We, do an online verification system and make sure what their benefit levels are. We always recommend that a patient know their insurance levels, what covers in urgent care and emergency care and their PCP and family care, that they know their plan inside and out. We're going to do thorough registration and some patient education if needed, if they have deductibles, copays, those sorts of things. We do have very affordable self-pay rates. If a patient has no insurance, they're more than welcome to also be seen at MedExpress.
That's great. And obviously you must do blood work here as well.
We do blood work for our patients. If a patient is seen and the physician feels they need some type of blood work, we do the venipuncture here, and the labs are sent out. Unfortunately, we don't do outpatient lab services, but for the patients that are seen sick or injured and our physicians feel they need blood work, we can provide that service as well.
And if you could talk a little bit about, you pretty much describe a very wide breadth of services that you offer patients, but should anyone feel that maybe this is something MedExpress wouldn't take a look at it and for doctor services, what would you recommend?
Certainly, patients may not realize how sick they are or how injured they are. Everybody is welcome to walk through the door at MedExpress, and if they walk through, we're going to see them and we're going to take great care of them. If our physicians feel that they need a higher level of care, we will certainly triage, stabilize that patient, and involve EMS for transportation.
Again, you mentioned before your hours are 7 days a week, 9 to 9. What phone number can people contact the local East Brunswick office at?
East Brunswick location is 732-613-6168. We also have a website. It's medexpress.com, and we always encourage people to check out our website as well.
Well, Paul, I appreciate you spending a few times explaining your business operations here. It's not only is it full range of services that you offer. I mean, you've built a beautiful building here. It really makes patients, I'm sure, feel at ease.
Great. We appreciate you coming in, and we are so proud to be doing business, not only in the state of New Jersey, but here in East Brunswick as well.
Again, thank you, Paul. Again, we like to say shop East Brunswick, but here we're not talking about shopping. But should you have the need for medical services, please stop in at MedExpress. They're open 7 days a week from 9 to 9 here at 418 Route 18 North. Again, thanks for watching.
This is Vivian Leon reporting for This Week in East Brunswick, and we're here at the East Brunswick Spring Farmers Market at the East Brunswick Community Arts Center. Let's check it out.
Well, we have about 25 vendors that come, and they are local vendors. I'm an advocate for local food, so I like to support farmers, so we try to get as many local farmers as possible. We hope to promote access to local foods. I try to spread the word that it's important to buy local. It saves energy because the food is not transported from such faraway places. There are local farms around in the area, and I have the NOFA Farm and Food Guide right here. And NOFA, New Jersey's Northeast Organic Farming Association, and they are located in Hillsborough, New Jersey, and they are the only organic association in New Jersey that's bringing farmers back into our communities. So I'm an advocate for them as well. I'm on the board with NOFA, and we just try to promote local farmers.
Well, this is our third year here, and there's a lot of customers here. It seems like over the winter, in the early spring, they're just dying to get out and find some good food that's not factory and industrially produced. So we're a small farm in Hopewell, New Jersey, about 45 minutes from here, and we raise our cattle on grass, and we feed them hay all winter. We also have sheep, and we breed lambs, and we have pasture-raised pork. So everything is fed grass. We hope that people appreciate the healthier benefit to grass-fed meat. They've tested meat from grass-fed animals, and they find that they're higher in omega-3 fatty acids. They're also higher in conjugated linoleic acid, which helps strengthen the cell walls to protect them from cancer. And the flavor is much better too. Most of our customers compliment the meat as tasting better. So that's really important because you have to enjoy what you're eating.
My business is Jams by Kim. I make artisanal jams by hand in small batches. I use local fruit, and so a lot of my customers are here. I come to sell the jams and to let people taste jams.
And is this your first time here?
No, actually, I think this is the third year that I've been here at the East Brunswick Farmers Market. So I have lots of people here in East Brunswick that love good jams. I use local Jersey fruits and vegetables other than, some citrus fruit, lemon or orange. I make a tangerine marmalade. It's all local fruits. So I try to support local farmers and local produce always. And they're all natural. I don't use any preservatives. There's nothing artificial in my jams. They're made by hand with a lot of love.
And what brings you to the East Brunswick Farmers Market?
Well, these people here are interested in local and, good for you products in a way. So we decided to come here and just expose them to our range of, raw and local honey products, including some of the candles and soaps that we make ourselves.
If they want to find more information on the farmers market, you can look at the Friends website, the Friends of the East Brunswick Environmental Commission. I also have a Facebook page, East Brunswick Buy Fresh, Buy Local, which I try to post information on the farmers markets and anything that's related to buying locally, buying local foods in town and around town.
Well, I think a lot of people come to this farmers market looking to support local farmers. Local is a huge trend. New Jersey is the garden state, so people will be taking home some really delicious products today, and they're supporting our local economy, and that's what's really good about this market.
It'd be great, though, if we could eventually have a market every week. I mean, ideally, that would be best, and the best way to support our local food suppliers.
All right. And is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Just buy local and support your local farmer. It's very important.
I hope you enjoy the organic produce at the East Brunswick Spring Farmers Market at the East Brunswick Community Arts Center. I'm Vivian Leong reporting for This Week in East Brunswick, and we'll see you next week.